welcome. Let's start off with the lesson today. Okay. The first thing you need to do is you need to go to a plus students.com and you need to log in. Okay. Once you're logged in, you need to go to maths because today's lesson you're studying is mathematics. So you select math. Once you have done selecting maths, you select your grade level right now. So we are doing grade 3. You are in grade 3, grade. You select grade 3. Once you select grade 3, you will have your topics over there in front of you. Then you need to select your topic. Today we are studying symmetry. Okay. Symmetry is the chapter number 28. We are studying, the topic today is, the topic of the lesson is symmetry. Okay, this is chapter number 28. Okay, so you click on symmetry and we move on to the lessons. So today we will be doing lesson number 2, and the lesson number of 2 says count lines of symmetry. Okay, let's start off with this topic. Okay, in this topic, what we need to do is we need to look at how many lines of symmetry are there. So the first question for us is, okay, let's move on. Let's take a screenshot of the question. Okay, draw the lines of symmetry for the shape. Okay, we have the shape. I'll copy the shape. Okay, if this is a question given to us, the first question over there is, you can also see this on your screen. So how many lines we have? We need to draw the lines of symmetry in this case. Okay, so let's take a sample on the side, and first we'll do it on the sample so that we can finally do it on the main diagram. Okay, we just do a few samples over here and we'll see if we have more than one line of symmetry. Okay, the alphabet over here is T, right? So what we can do is the T can be divided in from the center. Agreed. That means this part of the shape is exactly the same as the shape on the right side. Okay, so this can be one. But if I would say, let's draw a horizontal line, can we say this is the line of symmetry? Can we see the same shape? The shape above the line of symmetry and the shape below the sign of symmetry are not the same. Okay, so we can only say that in the first case, we only have one line of symmetry that is passing through the center. Agreed? And that means the left side of the shape would be equal to the right side of the shape. This part of the shape would be equal to, I'll make it darker. Sorry, let's make it, okay, let's pick up another color. That means this side of the shape would be equal to this side of the shape. That means this is the line of symmetry, single line of symmetry that we have. And we can always label this is the line of symmetry for us. Okay, let's move on to the next question and let's see how many lines of symmetry does the next question have. In the next question, we have a semicircle. Okay, let's draw the shape and let's see how many lines of symmetry we have. Okay, in question number 2, if this is our question number 2, let's see how many lines of symmetry are there. Okay, so if we would want to consider the working on the side, let's see if we can break this into multiple shapes. Okay, one and another. We select this and we'll try to copy this. Okay, we have these two shapes over here. Okay, let's do it on the side, then we'll go on to the main question. So can we say that in question number 2, if we draw a vertical line, can we say the shape on the left side, sorry, the shape on the left side is equal to the shape on the right side? This shape is equals to this shape. That means this is a line of symmetry. But if we draw a horizontal line in this case, so we cannot say this is not equal. The shape below the line of symmetry is not as the same as above the line of symmetry. So this is not the line of symmetry. So what we do is we simply draw the line of symmetry that divides this shape into two equal segments or two equal parts. So we can say that this is the line of symmetry. Symmetry is basically the reflection. What you have on the right side of the line should be equal to what is on the left side of the line. Okay, let's move to the question number 3. Are there any questions? Yes, that is very good. If you split it, it is a line of symmetry. But the thing is, what you need to see is, you said we need to split, but you need to add that it has to be exactly the same. See, the example 1 I gave over here, this was line of symmetry. Even in 2, we are splitting, but it is not the same. If you split it and it is same, then it is the line of symmetry. Very good. Thank you. Let's move on to the next one. Let's look at the next question. Okay. In the next question, we have another alphabet, and it would show on your screen as well if you are logged in. That says draw the line of symmetry for the shape, and the shape we have in question number 3 is M. This is the shape for given to us. Okay, so we know that we can, if we draw a line in the center, okay, if we draw a line in the center, so can we say the shape on the left hand side is equals to the shape on the right side? This side would be exactly the same as this side, right? So they are mirror images of each other. Okay, so we can say that this is the line of symmetry. But even if I do a horizontal, the horizontal does not show the same shape, right? So we cannot say this is the line of symmetry. So we only write what is the line of symmetry. We need to only show what is the line of symmetry. We do not have to show which is not a line of symmetry. Okay, thank you. Yes, it does depend on our position. Yes, thank you. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next shape we have is another alphabet. Let's see if this alphabet has a line of symmetry, or how many lines of symmetry does this have. The next alphabet we have is A. So the alphabet A, does the alphabet A have a line of symmetry? Can we cut this shape A from the center? So can we say that the shape on the left side should be equal to the shape on the right side? Agreed? So this is our line of symmetry. Okay. Moving on to the next question. The next question is, are there any questions? Okay. And it has to be a line, or else it was sideways, it is not a symmetry. Yes, if it's horizontal, then it will not be a line of symmetry. In this case, it is a vertical line, right? That is dividing the shape into two equal mirror images. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the next question, and let's see What do we have in the next question? Okay, the next alphabet is, it's a W. W, and let's see what happens in a W. Let me copy this and let's continue over here. If this was given to us and they were saying whether this has a line of symmetry, question number 5. So we can say that again if we draw a line from the center over here. Okay, if I would draw this line over here, would it be symmetry? The left side of the shape is not exactly as the right side of the shape, right? If I move it from here to here, it's still not symmetry because the right side of the shape is different to the left side. So we need to find the center of the shape so that the left side of the shape would be equal to the right side of the shape. Okay, agreed? So we can say that in this case, this is our line of symmetry. And these shapes have a single line of symmetry, one line of symmetry till now. Okay, okay, that's good. Let's do the questions. Focus. Moving on to the next question. Question number 6. Let's see what alphabet do we have, what shape do we have in the next question. And I hope you people finished your test. I expected you people to do the test because in the lesson 1 we did symmetry. So you were supposed to complete the test. Please do the test so that we have a better understanding of what you understand and what you don't understand. Okay, for your own self as well. For yourself you should do that. Okay, the next shape is a Y. We need to find the line of symmetry in this Y. So what we can say is if we have a line drawn, straight line, let's suppose we have this line drawn. If I move the line, if I keep the line over here, it's still not symmetry. Any point, it's not symmetry. It's not symmetry, but unless and until it's in the center of the shape. If it's in the center of the shape, then it is the line of symmetry. So we can say this is our line of symmetry. Okay, agreed? Any questions? Okay. So let's move on to the next question and see. Okay, the next shape that we have is a U. Let's see where is the line of symmetry in this alphabet. So we can say this is question number 7 and the shape is a U. So we will still have a single line of symmetry. Let's see where is the single line of symmetry. Is this the line of symmetry? Can I have a yes or no? Is this a line of symmetry? Okay. No, the line that I drew in red on the alphabet U, the shape on the left side of the line of symmetry is not equal to the shape on the right side. So what we need to do is we need to move the line, right? So what we need to do is we need to move this line to the center. The line of symmetry, yes, very good, thank you. Yes, we have to draw it in the center because the line of symmetry would always be in the center because it is dividing a shape into two equal shapes which are a reflection of each other. Okay, so we can say that this line is our line of symmetry. Okay, very good. Yes, we move it to the middle. Okay, the line of symmetry would always be in the middle of the shape. Okay, let's look at the next question, question number 8. Okay, the next question is We go to the website. Okay. The next question shows a shape, not an alphabet. Okay. So let's see if this emoji has a line of symmetry. So can we say that this emoji has a line of symmetry? Because we see a smiley face and we see two eyes over here. So if we draw a line that is cutting the shape from the center, so what we can do is, what we can say is the shape on the left side, I'll use a lighter color, the shape on the left side was equal to the shape on the right side. Okay, so we can say that this shape has a line of symmetry. Agreed? This emoji has a line of symmetry, and we can label the line of symmetry. We should always label, we should always tell that what is the line of symmetry, because your teacher would always know the answer, but as a student we need to tell the teacher that we know the answer. So you write everything what is required. The next question, let's see on the website. The next question that you have on your screen as well is, okay, so these are the questions we have. Let's make our own question. Let's see. It's a short topic. Draw the light of for this shape. If we have a triangle, if we have this triangle, can we have a line of symmetry for this triangle? So can we say that if we make a line that is passing through the center, that was, but if I put the line over here, left side of the line, the shape on the left side is not equal to the shape on the right side. And we know that we always draw the line of symmetry in the center. Okay, so what we'll do is we can say that these two shapes are equal. That means this shape has one line of symmetry, and we can say that this is the line of symmetry, and we label it line of symmetry. Let's try, let's do another shape, and let's see if we have a okay, but in case of a rectangle, okay, no, not a rectangle, we are only looking at shapes with one line of symmetry. Okay, so we are done with these questions. Okay, let's see, let's try some questions from the test. Okay, we'll go to the test and we'll see what are the questions, what are the possibilities over there. Okay, the first question, there are 8 questions in the test. Let's start doing it. You need to tell me how many lines of symmetry are there. Okay, so we go to this, we draw all the lines, we draw the shape. Okay, and let's see if in the test we can find the lines of symmetry. The question number 1 from the test. Okay, if M is given to us and the question says draw all, it says draw all the lines of symmetry. That means there can be more than one line of symmetry. Let's see if this shape has more than one symmetry. So what we can do is we can draw it on the side for our reference. Okay, so that we do not draw on the main shape, and let's keep it over here. So if I would draw a line that is vertical, that is passing through the center, so we can say that this is the line of symmetry. But if we draw a diagonal, so can we say that this line is the line of symmetry? Can we say that? Okay, can we say that this line is a line? Okay, So the vertical line is the line of symmetry. But if we draw a slant line, that is not the line of symmetry, because the shape below the line of symmetry is different than the shape above the line of symmetry, right? So they both are different shapes. That means we cannot have a slant because they're asking about all possible lines of symmetry. Can we draw a horizontal? Let's see if we have a horizontal line of symmetry. The horizontal line can be here, it can be here at the bottom, it can be anywhere, right? So let's see if it has a line of symmetry. So in this case, if we say that this horizontal was the line of symmetry, so sorry, so can we say that this part would be the same as this part? Can we say that the shape above the shape above the line of symmetry is not the same as the shape below the line of symmetry? So we can say that this, the third one, is also not a line of symmetry. But let's try another horizontal line. And if I would say that the horizontal line was somewhere over here, so can we say that this is symmetrical shape, that this part of the shape would be the same as the part below, right? Both the shapes look different, right? Above the line and below the line. So we say in the fourth option also, this is not a line of symmetry. We had only one line of symmetry, that was the first part that we did, okay, which was this against this. That means draw all the lines of symmetry. So we would say there is only a single line of symmetry in this shape, right? There is one line of symmetry which can be proven by, if we use this, so there is a single line of symmetry, okay? There is, we write the statement. If they use the word all, we tell them there is one line of symmetry, okay? So that's information that we need to provide, okay? Let's look at another question and let's see if we were, okay, grade 3. We were doing, okay, I'm just going back. We were doing the test. We did the first question. Let's see. Let's begin with the second question. Okay, the next shape is a J. Let's copy it. Let's try to find the line of symmetries. Okay, this is an MCQ based question. So let's do the MCQ. MCQ means multiple choice question. So you will be given choices. Out of these choices, you need to find the correct option. Okay, so this is question number 2. Can we say that, okay, if we label these options as A, B, C, and D, can anyone help me out with this? How many lines of symmetry are there? A, B, C, or D? Which option is correct? So if we need to find this, let's pick up the shape and let's make a copy of it. Okay, we take the copy and we try to find it through the copy. Okay, so let's make 3 copies so that we can edit. We can make edits in the copy. Okay, so if I draw a vertical line as a line of symmetry, the vertical line can be here, right? Or it can be in the center. So if we make it over here in the center, can we say the shape on the left side is exactly the same as the shape on the right side? Can we say that? Is this possible? Can we say this? They are not equal, right? So this is not a line of symmetry. Let's try another line of symmetry. Option B. Very good. That means there are zero lines of symmetry because this is not a symmetrical shape. But let's thank you for the answer. If I draw a horizontal, it's still not a line of symmetry, right? We just give it a try. Whenever we have a shape, we draw a vertical. We draw, thank you. We draw B is the correct answer. 0 is the correct answer. Thank you. But we would always try to find whether it's what we are doing is correct or incorrect. So this was the part and this was the part. It does not look symmetrical, right? This shape does not look symmetrical. So what we can say is it's not symmetrical. Okay, let's try with a slant line. We can draw a slant line like this. Do they both look symmetrical? These two shapes are not symmetrical to each other. Okay, that means this is also not symmetrical. That means there are no line of symmetry. So option B is the correct option. Thank you so much for answering. Let's try another question and let's see. Okay. Sorry, 1 minute, please. I just need to go back. I need to click. For question number 3 in the test, let's do question number 3 from the test. I'll pick up the question and let's go back. Symmetry, counting lines of symmetry. The test was there and we begin it. The question on our screen says we have an alphabet that is G. Okay, the alphabet is G. Let's see if this alphabet has some lines of symmetry. So we can put it on the side. We can say that this was the question given to us. We can say it over here. Let's make a few copies. We'll look into the horizontal, we'll look into the vertical, and we'll look into the slant. Okay. We have a horizontal, vertical, and let's have a look at the slant as well. So, and these options are given to us. We label them as, because on the computer you don't need a labeling, it's already there. So for me to tell you that, I'll label these A, B, C, and D. Okay. So if the line is vertical, passing through the center, is the shape same on either sides? Is the shape same on either sides? Is this shape equal to this shape? They're not the same, right? So this is not the line of symmetry. I'm just canceling it. I'm making a crossover it. Let's look at horizontal line. If we draw a line over here, that is a horizontal line. So can we say the shape above the line is the same as the below the line? Are they exactly the same? Yes, they're not the same. Again, we have B as the answer. Thank you so much. And if we would draw a slant line, okay, we can again say that the upper part of the shape is not the same as the lower part of the shape. It's still not a line of symmetry. So option B is the correct answer, and we say there is no line of symmetry. Agreed? Let's do the next question, question number 4. Okay, the next question would be, let's click on the option 0. say that's a correct. The next is a triangle. Okay. In this triangle, they're using a word polygons. So I'll explain you the word polygon as well, and then we'll move on. Okay. So now, since they have already used polygons for us, right? So we will also use polygons. We'll try different polygons. So in this case, these are the possible options we have. Let's extend the shape. Okay, how many lines of symmetry are there? This is question number 4. These were the options A, B, C, and D. Okay, this is a right angle triangle. In previously, we did an example with a isosceles triangle, right? The shape doesn't have any lines which, let's see if there are any lines which are equal. We select this and let's try drawing it again. Let's looking at the options. This, and 3 would be more than enough. So if we draw a vertical line, the vertical line passing through the center shows that the shape is different on either side. The shape on the left side is not the same as the shape on the right side. They both are different shapes. But if we draw a horizontal line now, okay, so if we draw a horizontal line, can we say that it would have a line of symmetry? What we can note over here still is that the shape above the line of symmetry is not the same as the shape below the line of symmetry. So what we'll do is we'll say this is still not a symmetrical line. But if we need to try a slant line, let's suppose if we take a slant line passing through this point. So can we say that the shape on the left side is equal to the shape on the right side? Can we assume them to be the same size, exactly the same of each other? No, they are not, because they are two different sizes. That means still this shape, this right angle, this triangle has no line of symmetry, right? So if there is no line of symmetry, what option should be the correct? Option number A, B, C, D. Which option is the correct option? Okay. So we go for 0. That is option number A. We say that there is no. Okay. So while doing this, let's study something. They used a word over here that was called polygon. Okay. So what are polygons? Let's see that what polygons are. Okay. Polygons can be any shape with any number of sides. Okay. They were saying this is a polygon, but this kind of a polygon, a shape, okay, have number of sides, and we have the name of the polygon, the name that we use. Okay, so if there are 3 sides, we say it is a triangle. Okay, 3-sided polygon is a triangle. But if it's a 4-sided, see, in 4 sides we can have a square, rectangle, rhombus, kite, many options are there. So whenever there is a polygon, they can also say it's a quadrilateral. It's a quadrilateral. Okay? 4-sided shape is always known as a quadrilateral. I'll just consider one more. A 5-sided shape is known as a Pentagon. Pentagon. These are the names of polygons. Similarly, a six-sided polygon would be known as hexagon. I'm explaining you these things because I would use different polygons now. Okay, I'll move on to 3, 4-sided, 5-sided, 6-sided, right? So let's stay till the polygons that is 6-sided. Okay, so we try a question, and the question says in question number 5, find the lines of symmetry. Okay, if this is a question for us, let's draw a shape and see if how many lines of symmetry are there. If in our question this was given to us, okay, and we had to find the number of lines of symmetry for this. Okay, so the first thing first, can we draw it on the side so that we do the reference? Okay, if this is the first, okay, let's draw a few so that we can see the line of symmetry. How many shape sides are there? There are 5 sides. So since there are 5 sides, this polygon would be known as pentagon. Okay, so we see the line of symmetry. Let's suppose if I bisect the line like this from the center, that means the shape on the left side is equal to the shape on the right side. That means one line of symmetry is there. Okay, but if I would bisect the line from the other point, if I bisect from this, the second point, we can still say that the shape, this is symmetrical shape, because we can see that, sorry, what we can see over here is this was half line, this is half. This was one complete slant, this is one complete slant, this is another slant, and this is another slant. So we can say that this is the line of symmetry. Okay. Moving on further, if we draw another line of symmetry, and let's see what can be the line of symmetry. If we draw from this point, we can still say that the shape on the left side is the same as the shape on the right side. We can say that this is still the line of symmetry. Moving on, the next, can we draw here? Let's draw over here. Can we say that this is still symmetrical? Can anyone answer? No, let's see how many lines of symmetry are there in a pentagon. Okay, we're just discussing. Okay, okay. So in this case, what we can say is the shape on this side is exactly the same as the shape on this side. So it's still symmetrical, right? And for the last part, if we draw the line of symmetry from here, so can we say that the shape here is symmetrical to the shape here? It's still this line of symmetry, right? So if I give you the options A, B, C, and D, let's see how many lines of symmetry can be there. Okay. Okay. Let's see how many lines of symmetry can be there. So if I would label this point as A, this was point B, this was point C, this is point D, and this was point E over here with this shape A, B, C, D, and E, right? So the options we had were, option A was, let's suppose, 0 lines of symmetry. Option B was 3 lines of symmetry, and option C is 5 lines of symmetry. Okay. So what should be the answer? How many lines of symmetry are there? Which option is the correct answer? I'll draw them again, okay? So that we have a clear picture of what exactly is the line of symmetry. If we draw a line at A, it's still symmetrical, right? We can still say that it is the line of symmetry. If we draw the line from B, can we say this is symmetrical? If we ignore the purple line, the first line, okay, can we say that if we draw from point C, it is still the symmetrical? This is what I'm drawing from point C, this shape. If I draw from the point D, that means we were using this is from point D, right? And the last one is from point E. Sorry. So can we say from point E, it should be something like this? That means how many lines of symmetry were there? This was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Okay. That means option C, 5 is the correct answer. Okay, thank you so much. Let's try the question we have here. The next question is, question number 6 is a four-sided shape. And we know that a four-sided shape could be a square, it could be a rectangle, it could be a non-equal side shape, right? It could be a kite, it can be many different shapes with four sides. In general, we say a four-sided shape is known as a quadrilateral. Okay, so we can say that in this question, a quadrilateral is given to us, and the four options are A, B, C, and D for us, right? So let's see if which option is the correct option. We copy this shape. The maximum lines they are saying is three lines of symmetry. In the options we have 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So what we do is we take the shape, we put it over here, and we try to see if there are as many lines as they say. Okay. If we draw a vertical line, is the shape exactly the same? Is this part of the shape same as this part of the shape? See, what we need to remember is if this was a line of symmetry and this shape was something like this, right? So if it's symmetrical, then this would be something like this. It cannot be going down, it cannot go downwards. That means this is not the line of symmetry. Okay. We draw a horizontal. This part of the shape is not the same as this part of the shape because this is slant. This point and this point, it's slant over here. So we say if we draw a diagonal, it's still not the line of symmetry. That means how many lines of symmetry are there? There are 0 lines. No line of symmetry. Okay. The next shape we have is another alphabet. Let's try this alphabet and let's try to find the lines of symmetry in this. Okay. Okay. Then question number 7. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. It's very simple. Sorry. How many lines of symmetry are there? Let's pick this shape. Let's enlarge this shape. Paste. Okay. We have one copy. Let's make at least 2 or 3 copies so that we can see whether how many lines. If we draw a vertical line passing through the center, the shape on the left side is not the same as the right side. So we can say that the vertical line is not a line of symmetry. The options are A, B, C, and D. If we draw a horizontal line, can we say the shape above the line is the same as below the line? So that means this is a line of symmetry. So that means we have at least one line of symmetry. If we draw a diagonal on it, can we say the shape is exactly the same? This shape and this part of the shape, it doesn't look the same. So we say this is not a line of symmetry. That means how many lines of symmetry are there? There is only a single line of symmetry passing through the center, where the upper part of the shape is equal to the lower part of the shape. And the correct answer is option C, because there is only one line of symmetry, right? Okay, there are a few questions left. You people, very, no, option C, one line of symmetry is there, right? Please complete the test and we'll continue with the topic in the next lesson. Okay, best of luck. Thank you. Take care.